The ocean covers 70% of our planet, but we only feel safe when we are on a boat. Today, that safety is an illusion. We have footage that defies logic. A jet ski driver hunted down like a seal, a massive predator hanging in mid-air, refusing to let go of a fishing net, and a shark that launches itself out of the water and lands directly on the deck. If you think you can hide from the ocean's top predators, you are wrong. Let's watch the evidence. We assume that speed is our best defense. If you go fast enough, nothing can catch you, right? Well, this footage proves that in the open ocean, you are never fast enough. The video begins on a sunny afternoon. A man is out on his jet ski, enjoying the freedom of the open water. He is miles away from the shore, in deep blue territory. At first, the ride is smooth. The engine hums, the wind is in his face. But then, he glances at his rearview mirror. There is a wake behind him. At first, his brain tries to rationalize it. Maybe it's a dolphin, he thinks. Maybe it's just a wave. But as he accelerates, the shadow doesn't fall behind. It matches his speed perfectly. This is intelligent behavior. Then, the horror sets in. A dorsal fin slices through the surface water. It's not playing. It's hunting. This is a great white shark, engaging in a high-speed pursuit. The driver's breathing gets heavy. You can hear the panic in his voice. He realizes that his jet ski, a machine of metal and plastic, is the only thing keeping him from being eaten. He tries to zigzag, swerving left and right to shake the predator, but the shark cuts the corners. It's locked on. The shark isn't just swimming, it's sprinting. The terror reaches its peak when the shark disappears underwater. For a second, he thinks it's gone. But it was just gaining momentum. Bam! The shark rams the side of the fiberglass hull. The camera spins violently. The sky and the sea mix together as the jet ski flips over. The silence of the engine cutting out is the scariest part. Now he is in the water, bobbing in the waves, with the very thing that was chasing him. The transition from being the driver to being the bait happened in 1 second. That silence after the crash is something I never want to experience. Commercial fishermen have a name for sharks like this. They call them the tax collectors. They show up, they take what they want, and if you're not careful, they take the whole boat. This footage comes from the freezing, rough waters of the North Atlantic. The crew of a commercial trawler has been working for hours. The sea is gray, the wind is howling, and the machinery is loud. They are hauling in a massive catch, thousands of pounds of fish in a single net. As the winch pulls the net up, the crane starts to groan. The operator notices the load is much heavier than it should be. The net breaks the surface of the water, and the crew rushes to the railing to see the catch. What they see makes them freeze in terror. Hanging onto the bottom of the catch is a monster. A massive great white shark has bitten into the external mesh of the net. It hasn't been scooped up. It is holding on with pure jaw strength. We are talking about a creature that weighs over 2 tons, suspending its entire body weight in midair just by its teeth. The shark thrashes violently, its tail whipping back and forth. You can see the white foam of the ocean below as it swings like a wrecking ball. The crew is screaming. They are in a dangerous position. If the shark pulls too hard, it could snap the crane cable. If that cable snaps, it could whip back and kill someone on deck. Or worse, the shark could drag the gear and the men into the water. The shark's eyes roll back as it shakes its head, trying to rip the bag open to get the fish inside. It doesn't care about the boat. It doesn't care about gravity. It is driven by pure, unstoppable hunger. For nearly 2 minutes, it hangs there, a display of prehistoric power that makes the massive steel ship look fragile. Eventually, the mesh tears, or the shark lets go, falling back into the dark water with a massive splash. But the damage to the crew's nerves is permanent. Imagine the jaw strength required to hold 4,000 pounds of shark in the air. That is not an animal. That is a living hydraulic press. When we think of kayaking, we imagine peace, silence, and nature. But when you are floating on a thin piece of plastic in the middle of the ocean, you drop to the very bottom of the food chain. This footage shows how quickly paradise can turn into hell. The scene looks absolutely perfect. A kayaker is paddling through tropical waters. The water is crystal clear, smooth as glass. The sun is shining, and there is nobody else around, just the sound of water and a light breeze. But this silence is the biggest deception of all. Suddenly, an anomaly appears on the white sandy bottom below. At first glance, it looks like a rock formation, or maybe a cloud passing overhead. But then, the spot begins to move. This is no small shadow. It is easily twice the length of the kayak. The paddler stops paddling, freezing in place, hoping the creature will simply pass by. But tiger sharks don't work like that. They are the most curious and unpredictable machines in the ocean. They are often called the garbage cans of the sea because they will eat anything, from car tires to license plates. And right now, this shark has locked its focus onto this bright orange kayak. In the video, you can clearly see the shark circling underneath the boat. This is classic hunting behavior. It is checking, analyzing, testing. The sound of the kayakers breathing on the camera microphone begins to speed up. Imagine that feeling of helplessness. There is only half an inch of plastic separating you from a 15-foot monster. The shadow slowly starts to get larger. That means the shark is rising. The color of the water shifts from deep blue to a dark, ominous gray. The shark is now directly beneath the hull. And then, impact. The silence shatters. The shark rams the kayak from below with full force. Tiger sharks often bump and bite to taste their prey, to see if it is edible. As the impact hits, the kayak launches into the air. The camera spins wildly. Sky, water, sky, and then darkness. The kayaker is now in the water. Amidst the chaos and bubbles, he sees only one thing: the flash of the shark's white underbelly and its massive tail slicing through the water. Think about the panic in that moment. You are submerged. The boat is capsized. And you know that the thing that flipped you over is still right there, swimming beneath your feet. The kayaker scrambles, thrashing at the water, trying desperately to climb onto the overturned hull. Every second feels like an hour. This clip isn't just an attack, it is a warning. When you enter the ocean, you are volunteering to be prey. That kayaker was incredibly lucky to survive, but in the next video, there is no escape route. We climb onto boat specifically to stay away from the dangers of the water. The boat is supposed to be our safe zone. But what happens when the fastest predator in the ocean decides to jump right into that safe zone? This terrifying scene was recorded off the coast of New Zealand. 4 friends were on a fishing trip. The atmosphere was completely relaxed. The engine was cut. The boat was gently rocking on the waves. No one had any idea that deep below them, a missile was preparing to launch. Mako sharks are the cheetahs of the ocean. They can swim at speeds of up to 45 miles per hour. When they hunt, they often breach, jumping up to 20 feet out of the water. Suddenly, without a single splash of warning, the water explodes. A 500-pound Mako shark flies through the air and lands with a sickening thud directly onto the deck of the boat. Visualize that moment. 1 second you are joking with friends, and the next second, a 9-foot shark is thrashing at your feet. As soon as it hits the deck, the shark goes into a frenzy. Fish cannot breathe out of water, so in a state of suffocating panic, it starts biting everything in sight. The deck of the boat becomes a slaughterhouse. The shark's powerful tail smashes the engine cover and knocks over chairs. The fishermen are screaming, scrambling toward the bow of the boat, climbing on top of the cabin. They are trapped in the middle of the ocean on a small vessel with an angry predator that wants to destroy everything before it dies. In the video, you can clearly see the shark's teeth, long, needle-sharp, designed to grip slippery prey. As it snaps its jaws open and shut, you hear a terrifying clack-clack sound. If anyone's leg had been within range, the bone would have snapped instantly. The scariest part is the standoff. There is nothing they can do. You can't pick up a shark this angry and throw it back. It's too heavy and too dangerous. You can't shoot it, or you risk putting a hole in the boat and sinking. They simply have to wait for it to stop moving. This video serves as a permanent reminder that nature has no borders. If a shark wants to enter your world, it can, and there is very little you can do to stop it. Having a shark on the deck is a nightmare scenario. But our final video is even more terrifying, because in this one, the human is the one locked in a cage, and the monster is free. Cage diving is perhaps humanity's greatest misconception. We believe that a few metal bars will keep us safe. But when you look directly into the eye of a great white, you realize that the cage isn't there for your protection. It's just your packaging. This footage was recorded near Guadalupe Island, a known stronghold for massive great white sharks. The diver is submerged deep underwater inside a shark cage. The water is cold and murky, a deep, terrifying blue. Visibility is low. You can only see about 10 or 15 feet in front of you. And that murkiness is the scariest part, because you never know what is going to emerge from the darkness. At first, there is silence, just the rhythmic sound of the regulator. Breath in, breath out. Then, a shadow begins to form in the gloom. No dramatic music, no warning signs. Just a massive shape that slowly becomes clear. It is a great white shark. Look at the sheer size of it. It is as big as a bus. Its body is covered in old battle scars, telling the story of how many fights it has won in the deep. But what makes this video viral isn't an attack. It's the shark's attitude. It doesn't ram the cage. It slows down. It comes to a near standstill. The shark stares directly at the diver. People often say sharks have doll's eyes, black and lifeless. But in this clip, You can see pure intelligence. It is scanning the diver. It gently bumps the cage with its nose, testing the strength of the metal bars. The diver stands frozen, holding the camera like a statue. He knows that if he makes a mistake, or if a hand slips through the bars, it will be gone in an instant. The shark circles the cage, checking it from every angle. In this 5-minute encounter, the power dynamic is crystal clear. The human, who thinks he is the master of the world, is now locked in a tiny metal box, shivering with fear. And outside, millions of years of evolution are swimming freely. When the shark finally turns and disappears back into the darkness, you can physically feel the diver's relief. But a question remains: did it really leave? Or is it just hiding in the gloom, waiting for the diver to make a mistake? After watching these clips, one thing is certain: the ocean always wins. We are just guests there, and sometimes guests become the meal. If these videos gave you chills, make sure to hit that subscribe button for our channel Seacam Encounters. We bring you the most terrifying and real footage every single day that will keep you up at night, because the next video is going to be even more disturbing. Until next time, stay out of the water,